Shalom Israel, giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakadash, double honor to the elders of Jim Metro Buwell. Salutations to you, Akimat, pushing this word of truth and sincerity. So this is going to be from Infowars.com, as you can see. Infowars run by Alex Jones. And news of today is most states drowning in debt. 40 states lack funds to pay bills. As you know, America consists of 51 states, which makes up the whole entire of America. Um, Now, states, they need funds to operate, whether it's welfare, whether it's the school systems, whether it's the police department, whether it's to bring food in for the people. So this is, it's very important that this fund is managed, or they have that money coming in. So I just read a little bit of, and then I get some scriptures. The federal government continues to pile up debt at a staggering rate. In August alone, the U.S. government added $450 billion to the national debt. So that was in 1 month. They added $450 billion to his national debt. And I'm gonna get that too because that's in the scriptures. Uh, this is Habakkuk 2 verse 6. So now all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And in the Hebrew, that's a batya, meaning debt, thick debt. So it says, woe to him means destruction unto him, because evil happens when you owe money, you don't pay it back, and that's exactly what's about to happen. A lot of evil. So it says, but Uncle Sam isn't the only one who doesn't have enough money to pay his bills. 40 state governments are also drowning in red ink. Total state government debt now stands at $1.49 trillion, with 40 states lacking sufficient funds to pay their bills, according to the Truth Accounting TIA financial state of the states report. At the end of the fiscal year 2018, 40 states did not have enough money to pay all their bills. This means that they balance the budget, as is supposedly required by law in 49 states. Elected officials have not included the true cost of the government in their budget calculations and have pushed costs onto future taxpayers. Right, so your beloved dream of America, a lot in the future taxes, you're gonna have to pay that because Esau is careless with the money and he's putting a lot of debt on our American society. It says unfunded pension liabilities are the primary factor driving the pile up of state debt, according to one report. According to the report, one of the ways states make their budgets look balanced is by shortchanging public pension and OPEB, other post-employment benefit fund. So you people that's looking to retire with your 401ks and your FAFSAs and all those accounts that you put money into, your RAs and your Roth IRAs, the government's taking that. It's planning on stripping you people's retirement to pay some of their bills off. Okay, it says the practice have resulted in an $824 billion shortfall in pension funds and a $664.6 shortfall on the OPEB funds. Right. It says TIA founder and CEO Shelley Weinberg said for many states there is no easy way out of their fiscal mess. Many of these state governments have no hope of achieving a budget recovery bearing significant program cuts or tax hikes. In simple terms, if you're dependent on a fat government pension to fund your retirement dreams, your golden years could turn into a nightmare. As we reported, you should probably shouldn't assume any government pension will ever be paid. right? So all that money you put into your Roth IRAs and your retirement plans is gonna be stripped. This is Jeremiah Slakia. This is Isaiah 19 verse 14. The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth on his vomit. Yeah, that's talking about America. America is modern day Egypt. America is staggering and drunk because everywhere they err, they don't know what to do. They go here, they fell. They go there, they fell. You see? And that has a lot to do with the debt because we know with financial crisis is going to bring along a chip and other prophecies. You see? See? So I've been looking for another scripture. Salakia, I can. Yeah. Neither should there be any work for Egypt, verse 15, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. See? Because it's going into that debt that a lot of people ain't going to be able to work soon. Economic collapse. It says the report ranks the states based on surplus debt per taxpayer. The numbers represented each taxpayer's share of state bills after available assets have been tapped. The following 10 states have budget surpluses. TIA calls these sunshine states. So as you can see, it names all the 10 states that have tax surplus. Okay, you see, Alaska, North Dakota, Wyoming, Utah, Idaho, Tennessee, South Dakota, Nebraska, Oregon, and Iowa. Taxpayer in every state are the red. Calls the sinkhole states, meaning you damn near dumping your money into these states. And I know the state I live in. Of course, I know it's on here, New York. Where is it at? Right here, 20,000. The average taxpayer is paying 20,000. You see? So it says every state in the U.S. except Vermont has balanced budget amendment. So how these states rack up $1.5 trillion in debt on the TIA. State governments use a number of accounts to create the illusion of fiscal responsibility. You know, pretty much it's going in the shitter. You know, like the brother Coin. You know, so beautifully. I read it again. Habakkuk 2 verse 6. Shall not all these days take up a parable against him, and a telling proverb against him, and say, woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And that's exactly what's going to happen. A lot of woe, death, and destruction because Babylon, which is America, has laden itself with a lot of thick clay or thick debt, Abadya. This is Zephaniah 1:11. How ye inhabitants of Magtash, for all the merchant people are cut down, and they that bear silver are cut off, right? Because the economy is going down. You know, as you can see, $22 trillion in debt has to be paid one way or another, and I think they're going to do that by dumping the U.S. dollar. So that was a quick hit. Giving up praise to Yahweh. Bashim El Shah, Bashim Kakadash. Till next time, Shalom.